Famous general of World War said these historical remarks about the South African soldiers: "Those sons of bitches just fought for the hell of it." Operation Reindeer, the biggest airborne operation on African ground in 1978. Angola. The operation involved a large-scale airborne assault on Cassinga, marking the first major air assault operation by the South African Defence Force, SADF. When only 320 South African paratroopers had to face close to 3,000 communist-backed Cubans and SWAPO terrorists. South African operation consisted of an assault by 2 South African Infantry Battalion on 2 enemy bases, Chetequera and Dombondola, near to the then Southwest Africa, Angola border, an assault by the elite 32 Battalion. This dangerous and daring mission was to attack and destroy a SWAPO stronghold several kilometers within Angola. This combined unit of a battalion, led by Colonel Breitenbach, executed the initial light parachute assault on the SWAPO base designated Moscow at Cassinga. We were airborne by 2 in the morning with 2 C-130 Hercules transport planes. Prior our assault, Canberra's and Mirage's fighter aircraft struck the parade ground and the base. We touched down and positioned ourselves. We were ultimately dropped roughly 1.5 kilometers beyond our objective and settled into place. I was with Charlie Company, under the leadership of Commandant Brett, while Colonel Breitenbach commanded the entire assault. Constantly backed by the South African Air Force, the mission caused significant casualties to the enemy, yet we only lost 4 paratroopers during the engagement. More than 2,000 SWAPO terrorists were successfully eliminated. The base at Cassinga were obliterated. Colonel Breitenbach himself was likely wounded during this heated exchange. Our composite battalion was forced to execute a hot extraction by helicopter troop ships following the mission, accomplished with great success. I was positioned by the door, and glancing over my right shoulder, I spotted one of our men on the ground, firing and gesturing toward the direction from which the enemy convoy was approaching. It was possible to observe the enemy tanks advancing. I mentioned it to our pilot and informed him, pointing him to our man seeking help. Our pilot descended rapidly to pick up our fellow paratrooper amidst tanks firing at us. Whilst hoisting him up, a tank fired at the helicopter, and the round passed the chopper, likely by about 1.5 meters, so we were quite fortunate not to lose a helicopter, along with the personnel inside it. These are the fearless boars of the South African Defence Force who just fought for the hell of